Rewind it.
Legs lifted off the ground.
Oh my God, that is bona fide badass, man. Oh, you gotta keep that tape, Lovin'. It is badass. It really is.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, don't you guys like need it for like evidence?
The only thing that's evidence of is you can take a hit like a champ, man. Seriously, take that.
Are there any ladies we'd like to show this tape to?
That was the scene from Superbad, the 2007 comedy co-written by Seth Rogen. Rogen's laid-back manner has managed to deliver some hilarious moments in film over the past 10 years.
Lately, he's also been using humor to benefit an important cause. Jamie Wax is here with more. Jamie, good morning.
Good morning, Dana. Seth Rogen's known for movies like Knocked Up and The 40-Year-Old Virgin, but less well-known, the star-studded comedy variety fundraiser he and his wife created, this year available on Netflix. We met up with Rogen and his wife, Lauren Miller Rogen, to talk about it, his career, and even that controversy involving North Korea.
My cousin is like your biggest fan in the world, and I was wondering, could you just make a video real quick for him where you say his name, then say 420 for life, and then do your stupid laugh?
No. It's a honestly, really fresh updating of the classic variety show. Is that what y'all were going for with it?
Yeah, I mean, we really want to make a show where you don't know what's going to happen, where it's completely kind of unexpected from one moment to the next.
Fozzie. Oh. Yeah. What? Yeah? What's up, man? I'm dying out here, Seth. That's what's happening.
Yeah, dude, I can tell you're bombing. You know, we put a lot of thought into how to not make it feel like some, like, uptight, stuffy charity event.
What it is Hilarity for Charity, an annual live event that's raised millions to fight Alzheimer's disease, a battle that's personal for the comedian.
Please, everyone, welcome my wonderful wife, Lauren.
It's a joint venture with his wife, whose mother Adele was diagnosed with the disease at just 55 years old.
I was 25 at the time and felt very alone and scared and didn't feel like I had anyone to connect to who really understood what I was going through. And a few years into it, we decided, along with some friends, to start this event. Doing this work has given us hope.
The charity made it feel like we were going from just watching terrible things happen to actively taking steps to try to stop those things from happening. Family struggling with
the cause brought Rogen to Washington, D.C. for a different kind of performance.
Right. The situation is so dire that it caused me, a lazy, self-involved, generally self-medicated man-child, to start an entire charity organization.
What's your ultimate goal with the charity? What's your hope for it?
Our ultimate goal with the charity is to help people tomorrow by funding great research that's going to make great strides in treatments and cures for the disease, and to help people today by providing them care.
There was a woman who came up to me on a trip, and she's like, the only reason I'm on this trip is because I have one of your grants.
Rogen's story began in Vancouver, Canada, where he started performing stand-up comedy when he was just 13 years old.
Hi, I'm Seth Rogen. I'd like to tell you a bit about myself. I'm a two-time Playgirl centerfold. No, I'm not really, but I am Jewish.
It was around that time that he met his writing partner, Evan Goldberg, and the two started working on what would 11 years later become the movie Superbad.
All right, you look like a future pedophile in this picture, number one. Number two, it doesn't even have a first name. It just says McLovin.
What? One name? One name? Who are you, Seal?
How close was it to what eventually got made?
Shockingly similar in a lot of ways. A lot of the jokes, honestly, that we wrote when we were 13 were in the finished movie and are some of the funnier jokes in the movie. You know, it was written from such like a pure emotional place, like we were living it.
I got your back, you got mine. Oh no, it's the cops!
Evan, come on!
Almost all of it was based on a party we went to one night, something that happened some weekend, something that happened at a dance.
He's my best friend!
Rogen's big break in front of the camera came when he himself was still in high school, landing a role in Judd Apatow's 1999 TV series, Freaks and Geeks. They continued to work together as Rogen's film career blossomed. The projects he's known for have pushed the boundaries of Hollywood standards.
Are you a virgin?
Yeah, not since I was 10.
It all makes sense. You're a virgin.
You've had a lot of incredible opportunities throughout your career. Would you say Superbad is the moment that impacted your career the most?
Honestly, probably Knocked Up is the thing that impacted my... They happen back to back.
Fetch. All right, bring it back.
Playing fetch with my kids. He's treating my kids like they're dogs.
Knocked Up came out in the beginning of the summer, and then Superbad came out at the end of the summer. And basically, I went into that summer just being, you know, a guy who was really trying to make it in Hollywood, and I came out of it being a guy who had starred in an incredibly successful movie and written an incredibly successful movie. It completely changed my career.
But nothing got him more attention than when he took on North Korea and its leader in 2014 in the irreverent comedy The Interview, about two tabloid journalists given the assignment to kill North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un.
You want us to assassinate the leader of North Korea?
Yes.
North Korea was not amused, and the movie became something of an international incident. It triggered threats against movie theaters.
It was pretty stressful. And there was a few things that were upsetting about it. The way Sony was handling it was not good, in my opinion. They wanted to pull the movie from theaters. I think before it was a correct decision to do that. They were not backing us up.
I come in peace. I'm here for an interview.
The film was also widely seen as sparking the Sony hacking scandal, when the corporation's private emails and other data were posted online. Many blame North Korea. Rogen isn't so sure.
Honestly, if you ask me, I don't think North Korea hacked Sony. I think it was someone who hated the Sony Corporation. And I honestly think for Sony, it's probably a better story that North Korea hacked them than someone who just hates them hacked them.
The Interview was eventually released for home viewing through streaming services.
Looking back, do you regret having done the film?
No. If anything, I regret how I was convinced to talk about the film when it came out by Sony, who kind of tried to make us seem as though we weren't trying to make a controversial movie, and that it wasn't something that we intended to be incendiary, which is completely untrue. We knew exactly what we were doing. It was incredibly well researched.
Despite what happened, it didn't keep the comedian from making movies, even with Sony Pictures.
Is there anything that really, really surprises you that it actually got done and was successful that you've done?
Sausage Party.
I was just trying to say Frank.
Who is Frank? You?
Yeah, I'm Frank. I'm amazed. Anytime anything we do does well, it's not lost on me. If there was like one movie I could have chosen to have that happen to, it's that one, because we spent like 10 years making it, which is way too long to make a talking hot dog movie, but that's what happened.
What is the proper length of time to make a talking hot dog?
You should not spend more than 6 months making a talking hot dog movie. So I went 20 times longer than we should have.
Hilarity for Charity is on Netflix now. I should say it is very adult but very creative. And Rogen's wife, Lauren, wrote and directed a movie called Like Father that will premiere on Netflix this summer.
Wow. I love when he said he's amazed that anything we do does well. But it's so interesting to hear how stressed out he was by North Korea.
You know, you forget, when I was doing my research for this and talking to him, you forget about that time when there were threats to people going to see the film. It was the big news every day, and he was personally getting a lot of threats.
Yeah.
And that's what comedy does, though. You walk that very fine line of going against everything maybe you shouldn't be.
That's right.
All right, Jamie, thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you.